Getting into the pistol, again, just taking a look as far as what the setup will look like. You've got the Killjoy placement largely over towards B defensively. Spike is still being left in the spawn for now as 100 Thieves will go searching for information, and they do find a bit as they'll see that Thief is playing pretty aggressively up by yellow.
They're going to be pulling Dre over towards the orange side of the map as well. This is 100 Thieves just kind of going for a bit of default. I'm not surprised if they just pull back here. They're pretty deep over towards A as well. Decent amount of resistance over towards B, and now you're going to start to see that, yeah, 100 Thieves are definitely going to be making their way onto A as Suna has a lot of control.
And the Sheriff play not going to be able to find anything early for Steel, as 100 Thieves will collect themselves in their spawn, decide exactly what they want to do, as they will also recover the spike, I have to imagine at this point. Sure will. It'll be Steel that'll take it from the clutches of the icy ground, and it looks like it will be a tube play, at least initially. Now, the spike is not a part of this. Aldrone will scout things out by middle, and there again, there's plenty of information gathering tools here for Luminosity, including the Sentry Drone. Dre will find first blood, and with only 37 seconds to play, you've got to make a move of your 100 Thieves, and unfortunately, they also drop their spike carrier. Not exactly the well put together round for 100 T. And as the kills continue to be traded back and forth, it will be LG left with a 1v3 situation, or pardon me, a 3v1 situation. It's Asuna who's stuck as the one.
Has to be a 1v3 here. Has to be the biggest clutch, and he'll get traded here for sure. In fact, he doesn't even get a kill.
In these second rounds after a pistol win, Recon Bolt will be deleted, but it does come with a bit of information. Spam shots coming through the bottom side of tube. There's also an alarm buy here. Asuna in a lot of danger, but is able to sneak away to safety, and I say sneak selectively, or maybe not. Moose able to combine utility with the weaponry for 2. Proto now pushing forward, finds number 3. Does he recognize that Hiko's also nearby? Well, now he sure does. Sees the shoulder. And wait for a little bit of help, as Hiko will find one elimination before falling, but it does leave Nitro to a 1v4.
Pretty much flawless here as well. They dropped the one Spectre so far. I mean, if Nitro gets a double dink here, could be a secondary weapon dropped by LG that they would have to repurchase. But something like it'll be a pretty clean anti-eco for the next round here. Don't really expect Nitro to do...
A little bit of defensive resistance with his utility forward by Yell. That'll give information for an early response if required, but Asuna down low. Goodness, how hot has he been, including a double kill with only 1 HP remaining. But Moose in the middle of the map has actually put control in favor of LG's defense. So 100 Thieves, it just comes down to, do you want to try to retake middle or push forward into A? It looks like they're going to do the latter rather than the former.
The rifle's gone as well. Dre had the only gun available. Sooner for 3 now, just 2 alive for LG, not looking too hot. Even have a Proto still far away now. Wall has come up. I mean, look how aggressive that wall is. Just gives 100 Thieves full control. Back site, free plant in the open. Showstopper earn won't even need to be used here. Moose can't enter, and it's not looking great for a Proto. We'll have to kind of back out. A Proto is the only member that didn't actually have a gun walking in. Just one Sheriff only looking for a love tap. Possible finds on Nitro, but that might be it.
Nearly gets a chance for a second. Knows there's a Phantom nearby. Alarm bot not placed exactly where he wanted to put it. A little bit of comical relief as he looks down at his feet and just has a deep sigh. But it looks like he should be able to get away here. And yeah, it looks like 100 Thieves will allow him to live and collect the Phantom. But regardless, for the gun round for 100 T, it is successful and they get on the board.
Called that one definitely in a sooner round as well. The 3K coming in very quickly. That includes killing your boy Dre. I think the only silver lining here.
So it would have to be over towards A if they want to try to get this Hunter's Fury up this round. Defensive Aldrone from Moose will get a tag in the spam shots with a bit of reveal through the dark cover. Will be good. Steel falling for first blood. Not great news for 100 T fans.
And that is going to be a free orb tank coming through from Moose as well. And he's like, you know what? I don't need the orb on the ground. I get a kill instead of Sooner diving right towards the back. A lot of utility coming through as well in support. Very aggressive wall over towards screens. You won't get a kill of the showstopper, but they will have a completely free site.
Defensive Hunter's Fury going to come through. Moose hoping to tag, stops the plant for now. Meanwhile, while that kind of clearance by Asuna came through, it's enough to allow Hiko to get a Hunter's Fury of his own. So a 4v5 post-plant setup, now made a little bit more difficult as Thief enters with another engagement win. Proto up close and personal will be taken down. Ethan inside the dark cover is holding on for dear life, but it's Dre who finds the kill. Trades back and forth, a 4v2, retake looking solid, but we've seen Hiko in this position do more extraordinary things. Hunter's Fury, as expected, will come through. Nitro on the flank, finds one on the exit. Dre gonna try to go for a bit of a snick on the plant, able to find it through halfway. Gonna do more than that. Hiko being pressured. They're gonna hold off on defusing for now. Hiko finds another kill, but he's not in range to contest. And for 100 Thieves, I don't know if they've fully recognized how many rounds in a row Luminosity have done this, but they continue to go over towards A, which is the first time that we'll see a Proto with his full setup here. He is also by himself for now. Here comes the hit from 100 Thieves. Resurrection has been earned. Wall will go down. A Proto, considering how far he wants to move forward, and as he considers, he will be taken away. First blood secured for Nitro and 100 Thieves as Ethan gets the plant laid.
And that's the thing, Ethan and the rest of the 100 Thieves, they managed to get a lot of control of the map view. This very aggressive wall over towards screens. LG with the only solo anchor there, being a Proto, can't trade for one. Now 100 Thieves in a great spot. As soon as still doesn't have a weapon, they can't quite pick up the drop gun, but they still have plenty of members. And again, I remind you, the resin play as well for this post plant.
Nitro on the lurking roll. Ethan Asuna gonna be good enough for 3. Nitro cleans up the final.
Take over towards A, and they did that previously via the showstopper result. They just completely clean out all defenders. This particular round, the LG are going to be stacking pretty hard over towards A. It's pistols, though, so they need to look for close angles. So your Proto's already pushing up, looking for potential timing. Has to be patient, though. If he just swings, that's not really advisable. He probably goes down.
No instance for a trade either. Dre, almost an opportunity. Should be double chowed here, but wait a second. Finds one, nearly a chance at a second. And now 100 Thieves, as expected, start to take some power over the A site with the more formidable weapons.
It comes down to what kind of counter damage we can have out of this. Even the res as well for the tempo. So you can see the 100 Thieves, they really do value as much eco tempo as well. It's been a decent number of kills. If you consider the res coming into play, what is that, like 3 kills overall?
Yep. And here comes the hit for 100 Thieves. At least so it seems, as the Boombot's the first thing forward. And the commitment will be a bit stalled and delayed for now. Now it's, there we go. Blast Pack, Showstopper denied a lot by the slow orb. Over the top, finds a bit of damage, but no confirmed kill. So 100 Thieves are now committing into this one without much information on what's on the site, including Dre, who does find one elimination. Paranoia is going to come through, but it's going to be the paint shells that actually force him further back. And while he is, it's Hiko who's now made things a 4v4.
Really important that Dre lives here, by the way. As soon as he decides to go up the rope into top site to try and get this, showstopper roll some value onto Stellar. And then speaking of the showstopper, I mean, Stellar does eventually die, but it's going to be a 3v3 where Reaper's the one that actually gets the kill here. Low numbers now in this final 2 remaining for 100 Thieves, trying to hold on to the post line.
Big help from Thief, but now Hiko's pushing through, finds one, tries to snap, gets a second, looking for his 4th kill in total in the round. Why not? Have yourself a birthday, sir! For the first time, and it is in the face of a full gun round for 100 Thieves, where Luminosity are just on pistols and I think a Bucky or 2. Proto holding over by Yellow is going to be in a really awful spot. Still finds one. Boombot chasing him down, but gets away. Brilliant slow orb placement, if I'm being honest, from Stellar, just to try to gain a little bit of space, but it's not quite enough, as the trade will be there and we'll go 4v4.
Excellent placement of the turret there as well, which allows Steel to not get swung on by your boy Drake. Obviously, we know Proto is going to be an absolute nightmare with the Sheriff. He gets the 1 kill. We'll see if LG can maybe make more work with it. I don't know if they actually got a gun out of that. They at least have made sure that there's going to be a flank coming through. And, well, Steel still goes to the tube anyway. So here it is. Maybe that flank is in. Dre on the other side, though.
Steel, almost as if he could smell Dre, but it's Steve who comes out to help. Finds one, and shot did connect onto Ethan, but it was not enough for elimination. So it's just down to Dre. 1v3. A couple of low health pools. Not out of the realm of possibility, but he would have to collapse on a ton of open space to even see a 100 Thieves member, let alone find kills, and also the defuse behind that. Has a weapon to use. There's the first. Finds the kill. 70 HP still to play with. Dark cover's going to come through, and at... So expect fireworks, I think, and well, Asuna's not going to wait. Just go straight through, but Dre was here waiting for it. Finds a second behind the play as well. Hiko with the early Hunter's Fury to see if he could stall any defensive rotators to get in the site, is now thinking that that was used relatively empty, as Dre is going to find all 3 kills just playing from that back left corner. Hiko finally sick of it, but takes him off the board, but might be just a day late and a dollar short here. The 2v4 still to kind of navigate for 100 Thieves.
You see, that's a really good read by your boy Dre, who has, I think now seen a couple times that it is going to be Asuna aggressively double packing all the way to the back of the site. He goes kind of the same way every single time as well. So all it really takes is one time for Dre to know the timing of it, swing by, know probably where Asuna is going to be in the air, find the headshot required, and take him down. No shopper involved at all. The last 30 seconds, 100 Thieves going quiet and maybe try and force LG away, but this is going to be it now. Moose gets the kill, just one alive from Steel, and he'll get cleaned up.
Well, he finds one.
I think.
Is this his lockdown as well? But there's only 15 seconds to play. He does not have the spike. He will be able to recover it here. A bit of trapeze artistry going on. But this is going to be contested, and, well, as it is, Stellar from the high ground finds elimination, and LG bring us back to within one. Early defensive Hunter's Fury as Moose is trying to read information through the middle of the map. He does tag up a couple, and Proto from the flank collapses onto 3. Beautiful timing between the two of them, and Luminosity, big round here in what was a 5v2, but Ethan and Hiko together are definitely not to be ruled out.
One thing they have on their side is time. They have Hiko alive as well, which is always good to have late round. Aldron's gone, though. Recon's not up for another 25-ish kind of seconds here. Thief gets a timing, and with Ego down, Ethan in a 1v4, and potentially even a 1v5, considering if things get really, really bad, so they can go for the rares, but Thief is there, has the angle, has...
Exchange of omen abilities, while the Aldrone offensively for 100 Thieves is able to free up a couple of members forward, including Nitro, who does get a barrier orb down. Spike also being committed, but the defensive showstopper comes out, does take down Nitro. It's the Spike completely taken off the field. Asuna trying to move his way forward, finds one. Knows it's a second up top as he sees the ponytail of the Sage, but instead just tries to play the OBJ. Steel watching over, finds another elimination. 3v3 we go, but the retake quick to come through as the lockdown is also planted in place. Asuna could even get away from this right now is the real question. Steel for sure can, but Asuna has to go towards danger, gets taken down, and the Detain also gets in. Steel cannot fully get away. The chase is coming. Can he recover fast enough? The answer, no. Stellar sticking for the defuse. And 100 Thieves are going to once again just try to make their way over to the Paranoia. We'll get things started. Nitro with a wall, and he's just got barely enough space to get this plant down from this location. Thief trying to do what he can to stall it, but is unsuccessful. But while turning back over, it's going to be Thief and Stellar who find a couple of headshots before 100 Thieves can fully set up their post plant. So now it's going to be down to somebody special to make a play, and well, now it's just down to Nitro. Does find 2. The problem is he's so far away from the rest of his teammates, you can only get one res into play. It is Ethan, and, well, there's the push through. Moose will confirm technically 4, and LG will exit the half 7-5.
A bit of a comeback from LG. I knew that Ultimate's coming back on. I knew they just needed to kind of win one round, reset the economy a little bit, get a couple more rounds in a row. I was expecting kind of like a 6 finish, but for LG to go 7-5 was actually really impressive towards the end there, especially via some massive heroics. We saw multiple rounds where one player or the other from LG really pulled together something special. You saw Proto, so your boy Dre getting the kill into Asuna mid-air. You saw it was right at the end Moose as well for the double. So out of some very impressive individual plays from LG being set up in good areas, LG string together probably one extra round than I thought they were going to get on that particular defense. And now the offense shifting towards B early on. The Thieves, can they respond?
Dicey fight. Just barely getting the better of Asuna, but Steel responds a little blast pack play from Thief, so we stay even 4v4. And how about this? Actually, the spike is still not planted yet. Again, a little bit of artistry here from Steel as he finesses on the ropes. He will find elimination, and that is not a spike plant in the mix. So we go 3v2 after everything is all said and done in favor of 100 T's defense.
And still no spike plant either, so this is going to be very difficult now. Segments of the wall have been broken as well, so it's not entirely safe. The smoke, try and cover at least the opportunity for Moose to get a plant in. He's not gone for it just yet. There's still a lot of danger lurking around. Your boy drowned 2 HP though, and limited time here as well to try and get everything done on his lonesome 1v2. There might even still be a heal coming up for 100 Thieves, so this doesn't get easier.
Oh. Well, it's gonna, we'll still be in play potentially. Oh, right underneath.
The wall on A is weird, by the way.
He's gonna see the information, gets the tap. It's just a lurk play as well. What does that do to 100 T's defense? It's actually gonna push Asuna to actually play a little bit closer to B. This is gonna make things much easier for LG. They're gonna have numbers as they try to approach over towards A.
I think LG should be able to pull over more because LG have gone completely silent on A. Ethan doesn't know what's going on here. He sees the wall come down. But besides that, it's just like nothing's happening here. Meanwhile, they dropped the player on B. If it wasn't for the fact that Asuna's here to check, LG could have overcommitted. But now Asuna actually looking towards green. They know it's a fake. They know that LG should be still committing to A. And that's because of Asuna pushing up as far as he has.
All right, well, point of contact about to come through. Ethan will read it. Steps down. Nitro going to slow the approach, at least from one side. will force LG over towards Ethan's direction, in which he finds the first, tries for the second. Why not? How about a third up top? No, but the trade will be there. 3-for-1 exchange. Nitro cleaning up the pieces, just down to a Proto, and he's already been figured out inside the dark cover.
I think the one area of the map they're not too sure about is Tube right now if you're 100 Thieves, but being behind yellow is really good because so far it hasn't been checked, and we've started to note for defending teams as well, having yellow control super important, backed with a lot of utility, and Asuna might have a timing for a swing. He indeed does. Just the one is fine for now. Oh my god, he nearly got 3. That would have been so big, but 100 Thieves now have more than enough kills to win the round.
I mean, how brilliant, though, is this setup for 100 Thieves and the combination of Asuna and Steel? Our observers, you know, big credit there. They kind of show you where the Alarm Bot and Nanoswarm is. And then as soon as Asuna wants to take the challenge, Steel hits the Nanoswarm to clear any close contenders, and it gives him a free look at a pretty wide angle. It's really nice polarity between both of those two. Leaving now LG in a 2v3 situation, not a lot of time. And Dre's going to recognize that there are a couple of contestants right through orange. Now up to just Moose, 1v3, no time to plant, would have to be the eliminations, will not even be able to do that, and 100 Thieves will have a handful of weapons to collect as they go shopping at the end of the round. I guess I'm just kind of curious, you go back a couple of rounds ago where LG get that first pick from Thief. Did they maybe miss a timing on when to hit? Maybe they're playing mid-touch too cautious. Now they're looking to just get right onto B. Nanoswarm is in a position to stop maybe a default plant. But LG have not revealed their position whatsoever. There's been no utility sent out. Now finally the Barrier Orb comes in. Proto will also be scouted down by the Owl Drone. And as he does, the play through the middle of the map will come through. Meanwhile, though, off-screen, Stellar finds one of his own. So it goes 4v4. Stellar looking to get the plant off, and he once again gets shrugged backwards. Thief on a bit of a flank play, only able to get one. The Hunter's Fury is also in the mix. That's from the offensive Luminosity, but 100 Thieves have already once again stopped the plant and retaken the B site.
Flashes come through as well. Smokes come down over towards yellow. There's going to be very limited support coming through from Moose for the rest of the round. Unless he wants to try and swing by, he'll do that. He'll go down.
The first time around when we mentioned it, it never came down. The second time right there, it does eventually get into play, but it's not nearly as quickly as Luminosity were hoping for, and it gives such a big opportunity for 100 Thieves to contest the post plant much faster. So now a lot of ultimates on the table for what will be a very important gun round, surely. Spike is left over through middle, and a Proto will be dealing with what was essentially a 1v2 off screen. He gets the first, but is immediately traded, so we go 4v4 with the 60 seconds to play.
Spike hasn't been collected yet, so LG will need to go back for that one. But the fact they got the wall down early, Nitro's wall is gone, that's going to be important for LG eventually, being that 100 Thieves will maybe struggle a little bit more in the retake there. Breeze is going to come through as well. So still 5v4 situation. The rest of the ultimates for 100 Thieves are still really good. They still have a lockdown for the retake, so maybe they're not too concerned about losing the wall early. Speaking of contesting, by the way, you did have Thief kind of walking around B, but his team had already committed, or was still definitely committing towards A. So despite B being clean, they're deep on A now, but 100 Thieves are here pretty much with all members.
Yeah, so this is going to feel like a 3v5 right now for Luminosity. Defensive lockdown is placed in a beautiful timing. Ethan, as his dark cover expires, will he try to challenge this plant or just find the kill as soon as the exit comes through? He will do the latter, finds the easy elimination. Now we actually have a true 5v3. Nitros is going to immediately stick for at least half of this. He's going to stand up maybe for a little bit longer, but as he does, it's Luminosity who are able to pick up the pieces. A bit of a flank coming over. This is also to try to make his way in, finds the first kill. A bit of panic, but things will calm down for just a moment. Now a 1v1. Rays on Rays. Showstopper, blast back over the top, and oh, Asuna blindly takes down Thief. Unreal, the boom bot to clear space early, the paint shell's kind of clearing mid-range, and then the Showstopper downtown. Lockdown very early here. Eco trying to finesse with the shock darts. It was close, and TNT, both of them just a bit high, but this attacking lockdown will only gain them a bit of space. And Ethan is actually checking to see would there actually be a defensive rotation back around. He does commit. He was detained, as you mentioned, but he will be able to recover. And now technically 100 Thieves have given up the site, but they could play for full surround on the retake, in which Ethan already has found first blood.
The bridge is available, but they have to go back for that one. Right now, they're pretty hard committed. Asuna on the Thief again. Asuna going big. 3 kills. And Asuna right now, he's carrying on the performance for not just the last round, but the last map as well. This entire day, 100 Thieves, 5 plays alive, a flawless round, 11 now, and 6 in a row for 100 Thieves off the back of major heroics from Asuna. How many kills is he on? This is 20 plus for sure now.
I was going to say survive through a handful of ultimates, but you didn't. But you've got an opportunity here with a showstopper and res of your own to try to reduce this gap, but Asuna has other things in mind. Steel also just spamming through the double box, trying to get as much damage as possible. Oh my goodness! Asuna, what in the world? They know exactly where the last player in a proto is. He's going to be stuck between a rock, a hard place, and an Asuna, and oh my goodness, 100 Thieves. There's moments where you can just be like, okay, Asuna might just be the best player in the game. Opportunity for maybe a 1v1 here versus Proto. Yeah, why not?
He's too sharp, man. He's too sharp. He just flicks to the head. Can't challenge him. You can't challenge. You have to mark him with like 2 people now. Okay, Moose will get it through the wall, at least with an ultimate as soon as like, that's cheating, buddy. LG right now need all the help they can get. They need a lot of help as Hiko's going to slow down this plant, prevent it from coming on through LG. They might even want to think about, no, they can't go for the risk, can they? They would love to make this a 5v4, but I think it would be too dangerous. Now about 40-ish kind of seconds remaining. They are moving the spike all the way off, potentially going over towards A. Nitro will be the only responder there. That's if Ethan doesn't spot a rotation over towards mid either. Thief might just want to stick around and lurk to keep the rest of 100 Thieves interested,
left.
but we'll see how many members of 100 Thieves actually start moving around the map, as LG themselves are not super decided. They move to A and now come back to B.
Yeah, Ethan will get a little bit of a read here as well, so they should know that this is going to be a pretty last-second hit. I think the question is, what do you do to deal with Steel right now? I mean, he is locked up. The sentry turret is in a solid position. Ethan watching the opposite angle. All right, let's go to Ascent. 4v1 situation. Dre, not enough time for a plant, not enough time for the kills. And Asuna and this rolling hoop tape that he's been able to put on throughout the day continues. 13-7, 100 Thieves up 1.
Wrap it up.
Dude.
Tie it in a bow. Send it off. Asuna, signed, sealed, and delivered here. Really make a lot of comebacks happen. And sure, it looks great when they do that, but then you also have the Haven where they don't make the comeback happen and they kind of lose.
And I guess on the opposite side, you're kind of rooting for the exact polar opposite for LG. See if your offense can break through this 100 Thieves defense first. It'd be great if they could find a way to get this pistol. Nanoswarm will initially stall the play, but LG not going to hesitate whatsoever. Ethan by himself keeping a dark cover into play to see if he can stay alive, and he does one better by finding a first elimination. Also now help is here for 100 Thieves as this pistol was unfolding very quickly. Steal for a second, but still Luminosity fighting back, trying to at least. 2v3 last members for LG underneath, and while Moose has single-handedly done everything for this Luminosity offense as they dodge one of the shock darts, and things slow for a moment as we go 2v2.
And thankfully Moose is alive as well because he's got a lot of utility still in there. So the recon coming on through, trying to go for the plant, being covered by Dre. First contact, Dre's not looking the right way. Nitro finds the time to get the headshot and will convert onto Moose as well as allow for now.
Nitro does read the information that there are members here for Luminosity, but it's not influencing 100 Thieves' decision on their defensive setup, at least not too much. Hiko will make the rotation over, and as the wall breaks, a slow orb will take its place with also behind that some paint shells. Shotguns versus Sheriffs in the mix. Steel now making his way forward, and Proto is able to respond, but again, it comes at a pretty steep cost. 2v4 situation. Proto would have to do a lot more. Gets caught on the reload. Hiko finds the kill, and Nitro pushing through B main gets his third, and 100 Thieves, as expected, take the second round. It will be used immediately as the Owl drone was enough of an influence to sit there and say, okay, maybe the push is on the way, but it is a little bit tepid at the moment. Oh my goodness, Steel! That's a one-tap pucky from across A main. I mean, the spike was never a part of that play, but Steel didn't care one way or the other. A kill is a kill, and 100 Thieves are in an early 5v4.
That's disgusting. That was like a mid to long range kill, and Thief had full armor. Like, what?
Yeah, Bucky's the new operator.
No, well, yeah, but it's the new Stinger, really. It's like $200 cheaper than the Stinger. Has a level of output that is just insane. The only thing the Bucky can't do is like challenge super long range, but then I guess neither does the Stinger, really. I think this is going to be potentially Steel convincing a lot of other pros to move towards the Bucky based on what he's able to do here. That one, I know Thief's not going to be happy with that at all. That is the disgusting way to die. And for Thief as well, it's like someone that we were talking about having to really step up as the main duelist for the team, as someone that is going to be supposed to be one of the best players really in the region. He's not got anything done yet. He's, I think, 0 for 3 so far on this map. And dying to steal that way just kind of sucks for Thief individually.
Well, now LG gonna force a square peg into a round hole as they move forward through a ton of utility from Steel. He even steps into the dark cover. Hiko there to watch over the top. Last two members are Proto and Dre. Neither will do too much damage. We'll ride on into town over through the B site. A little bit of wall bang coming out. Steel not going to be able to find too much off of that, but Asuna from behind. There's number one. How about a second? Maybe just using the paint shells to confirm the third. Yeah, last bullet will actually do it. One more off the reload. Why not? And 100 Thieves just have to track down one, and it's Proto by himself. Later. And now as Moose gets a tag off of what seemed to have been an Aldrone, he will use the Hunter's Fury and does confirm the first kill. Okay, so now a lot of room to work with for LG. The run it back also committed to Stellar will make sure the site is clear of any utility. But meanwhile, off screen, it's actually Steel who finds the kill. And actually beyond that, the spike is not a part of this hit right now. They're gonna wait for the Phoenix to go back, so Stellar will bring it onto site, and that gives an opportunity for 100 Thieves to work their way in. Resurrection comes through, Neural Theft as well, and Asuna will find himself another elimination. Stellar still keeping himself alive, 2v2 situation, curveball up top. He does see the flash, but it does not matter. It gets down to a 1v1.
Proto 80 HP here, 9 armor as well, goes for the fake plant. Hiko, is he gonna peek? Should know that a Proto's playing somewhere around Gen, saw the camera location coming on through. Gonna battle some shock darts, and Hiko. There's the damage we're looking for LG. Upgraded pistols onto the Sheriff's, a Proto's POV as well, the guy that has been historically really good on the Sheriffs. We'll need to see him land some of these taps.
No more utility for Nitro. Gets tagged. No slow arms are here, but the help from Asuna comes in perfect time. Ethan mid-map able to lock down the rotation from LG through Market. And as Hiko gets involved, 100 Thieves will go flawless. Comparatively to their offense, it's not been their stronger side. So this time, Luminosity going to try to clear the middle of the map. Aldrone will be spent to try to make its way over through Tree, which Steel has been so good at, locking down with rifles, and that will once again be the case. Run it back also going to come through for Stellar, using even a curveball and a Leer to clear out some of the space. It also gets the alarm bot and a nanostorm, so tons of utility down. Steel will give up his position for a moment, but it doesn't make a difference because Asuna locks things down from the side. And I mean, there hasn't been a clean look at a spike site yet, largely for Luminosity. Eco picks up after Moose and Stellar find two. It leaves Moose in a 1v3 situation.
And he'll go for the kills as well. He'll try and challenge this one. You know, it's looking dire, and that's doing a lot. And this is kind of Rainer as well, where even an assist would at least give you some orbs to use. This is really poor so far from Thief, unfortunately.
So back to saves. Steel finds first blood. Thief just runs in, taken down no problem. And I mean, this wasn't a round that we expected LG to do too much with, but at the moment in a 3v5, it feels like there's really not much they're going to be able to largely even do to this round, besides maybe find a trail kill here or there as all three players back out towards mid. Could potentially be point of contact here with Ethan. Sure will be. He reads it, backs down. Now Nitro picks up, and him and Ethan playing a little bit of a double peak scenario has kept LG in the blender. 8-0 up, another falls for 100 Thieves.
Either the most Thief thing you've seen, or like just really shouldn't have happened. But in either case, I think this is the round. This is the round where I'd like to see Thief really come up, and this is the round that LG need to win to get that 4-8.
Aggression through the middle of the map here. You saw that recon bolt be laid out. Hunter's Fury is also a part of this for Hiko. He does get a tag onto one player, but the rifles that are turning their attention towards mid, I was about to say they come up empty, but Asuna is able to get the wall bang on the Thief. Another first blood in his favor. Oh, why not? Showstopper, blast back. How about one more in the corner? No, it's Dre who stays alive, revealed by the recon bolt, and careful here. Proto has made his way through the middle of the map, or has he? Okay, so now he's actually found himself too, but 100 Thieves eventually get the trades that were right in front of them, and it leaves Moose down to a 1v2. Plenty of time to play with, though.
And I think he'll, I was even thinking about a situation where Moose and LG don't have money. It's a 1v2. He's going to go for this one. He has a post plant with the Hunter's Fury as well. We also don't have enough rounds. Like I said, they have to kind of win this one. They don't want to just leave this down to 3-9. So this is going to have to be an instant clutch coming through. He's going to try and secure the location. Recon will reveal maybe a couple people on top. I don't know if this is the best post plant for a solo play because he can't quite see it from long.
Yeah.
And, well, he's already dead. He can't even leave the site, can he? Ideally, he plants for long, then escapes too long, or maybe he plants somewhere.
Considers the play. Asuna gets some information off of a recon bolt, and Thief he's dead. Does delete one, but look at all these blue members that are running at him. Ethan finds the kill, no problem. Completely caught off
boy.
guard. Asuna finds more. And Luminosity, well, at this point in time, you mentioned a required round. They can't even get through cyber cages or buildings right now.
I want everyone to know I'm not picking on the guy. I'm just reading the scoreline. That's it. I'm just spitting the facts. That's it. That's all it is. I feel bad. I feel really bad for what's happening to Thief in this game. I feel bad for LG so far in terms of what is about to be 0-10. Not just for Thief, but also for the team's rounds here. Asuna can't miss a single shot. What's really happening here is Asuna, the reason why he's on such a heater as he cleans up 3 kills is...
We'll see what the commitment would be as far as trying to free him up to get this Empress into a place of utility and potential effectiveness. Proto has worked his way up through the catwalk over towards Tree, which in its own self feels like a bit of a success considering how the last couple of rounds have gone. Or deleted. Run it back will be spent. Stellar the first one forward with the Spectre. Has a Lear to also assist for this. Knows there's a player up top. Ethan still able to find one. Steal another. We go 2 for 2 overall. Now as the hit continues that to come through, it's Asuna from the flank. Ah, boy. Still no Empress. Asuna up top trying to change the angle. Proto, decent flick through the wall, finds the kill. So opportunity starting to brew. 2v2 situation, and Thief is actually able to put it all onto the shoulders of one. It's Nitro for the 1v2 that he'll have to break down to the post-plant setup.
Here we go. LG's round is finally going to come into play. There's not going to be a resurrection for Nitro either. He has a decent amount of utility, and instantly...
Seems to think that he maybe has, as he does set up for the barrier orb, and will kind of stall things out a bit as Steel pushes forward, though he does confirm first blood.
2 as well. Now LG, okay, they do respond with 1. Thief gets traded here, still 2 alive. No Empress lockdown available for 100 Thieves, and it's looking like they're going to lock down the first half of Ascent, and probably they're going to be locking down the entire series here as well. Proto's going to try his best to get some more damage in with 1 alive on a Proto and 27 HP. I would normally say 27 HP in a Dream, but I don't think the Dream is alive.
Bot coming back.
Well, you'll have to do it from the middle of the map with no spike, as you see 100 Thieves members are having a bit of a kumbaya over the top of it at the moment. Spy cam could have been maybe useful, but it gets deleted, and now Nitro working around the back might just be able to catch the timing here to find this kill for free. Though Proto has snuck into this cubby, only for a small time though. So the half goes 11-1. It's going to have to be an incredible LG comeback if they want to try to find their way to a potential, well, let's be honest, overtime likely. Set things to a halftime break, and we'll come back to figure out exactly how the second half fares right after this. Welcome back there, friends. Avril, not sure what I can leave you here as far as trying to break down the first half out of the fact that it's just all 100 Thieves so far.
And this is going to be, look, we've seen a 2-10 comeback. I've only ever really seen a 1-11 comeback. That was version 1, I believe, that we casted.
Yep.
It's a totally different matchup, though. This is versus a team like 100 Thieves, who I would have said this. And by the way, 100 Steel is just completely fragging, so it's kind of already over. The reason why I'm not even really covering too much more of this is I'm just really expecting 100 Thieves to come through massively and clean up 12-1, and then eventually maybe the 13-1. LG will force by next round predictably, and then I don't know that they're going to be able to win that one. 100 Thieves were a team that even if they lost the first half, I would have still looked at the second half and favored them anyway. But now with Nitro getting the counter Stellar 4v2, low HP for 100 Thieves, they might have a heal available. I don't know that LG can do much more.
I can almost hear just like a Steel maniacal giggle after he finds those 2 sheriffs. It was off screen, right down main, right over towards Catwalk. I mean, what in the world do you say about it? It's goodness. Plant down, barrier orb blocking off heaven. Spy cam, thanks for trying. LG 2v4. Now, a couple of members are low, so this sheriff from Proto really can't do a lot of work, as I think Nitro and Asuna had a bit of a conversation of, why didn't you heal me, man? But coming over through the side of Tree, Nico's going to have a recon bolt, and Steel's just not missing headshots, apparently. Gonna get the better of only one, but the pistol still, as you would figure, would be secured, and we're on match point. Well, the weapons will be essentially say force buy, but it's going to be force sheriffs, and I think an Ares that was picked up from LG defensively. So there will be a lot of firepower on the table in terms of kill potential. Just comes down to, can you start to stall out this heater that we keep talking about for not just Asuna, but the 100 Thieves roster on whole has been playing so well in the last 48 hours. There will be 3 members defensively in and around the A site for Luminosity. Asuna's been the first one to check. of which Thief is here to try to contest it. Shots just a touch better for Asuna than it was for Thief, resulting in a first blood, and now 100 Thieves have the numbers to try to push their way forward, and they will. LG, do you try to contest this? Well, your attempt to will be stopped, and Asuna up top. A little bit of parkour to get on top of the barrier, or we'll find one more. We go 4v3 where LG need to get a retake, and Stellar's first headshot will make life just a touch easier.
It is workable. The numbers at least working slightly better for LG. I don't know that they have the right equipment here. It's going to be mostly sheriffs. They haven't really picked up any guns on the floor. Time will start running out now. Smoke plus Nano Swarm on the ground. A decent post point. You can see how far away Steel is. You also have over towards Tree Nitra playing as well. Ethan gets the kill a second, and that might be the game. 13-1. LG are done.
Wow. We weren't here for a long time, but if you're a 100 Thieves fan, you were there for a good time. My goodness.
Yeah.